Ever wondered why financial growth seems to be a mirage for many, despite hard work? Today, we're venturing into the often unexplored territory of financial truths. We'll delve into the hidden mechanisms that control the economic world and the systemic myths that are designed to keep us running in circles. These truths might be uncomfortable, but understanding them is the first step towards true financial freedom. So, fasten your seatbelts and get ready to challenge everything you thought you knew about money. Hard work doesn't necessarily equate to wealth, does it? Now, don't get me wrong. Hard work is essential, and it's a commendable trait to have. It's the backbone of many success stories, but it's not the only ingredient in the recipe for wealth. Let's dissect this a bit. You've probably heard the phrase, work smarter, not harder. It's a mantra that many successful people live by. The idea here is not to reduce the importance of hard work, but rather to emphasize the significance of working smart. So, what does it mean to work smart? It means understanding the value of your time and ensuring that every minute of your work is productive, that it's taking you closer to your financial goals. It's about optimizing your efforts, maximizing your results, and minimizing wasted time. But even smart work isn't enough on its own. It needs to be complemented by financial intelligence. This is the understanding of how money works, how it grows, and how it can work for you. It's about grasping the principles of investing, understanding the power of compound interest, and recognizing the importance of diversifying your income streams. Financial intelligence is what distinguishes the wealthy from those who merely work hard. It's the key that unlocks the door to financial freedom. It's the difference between a person who works 80 hours a week for a paycheck and a person who has their money work for them 24 hours a day, every day of the year. The illusion that hard work alone leads to wealth is a misconception that has been ingrained in our minds for generations. It's a half-truth that needs to be dispelled. Yes, hard work is important, but it's not the be-all and end-all of wealth creation. If you take away one thing from this discussion, let it be this. Hard work is a stepping stone on the path to wealth, but it's not the destination. The destination, my friend, is achieved through smart work, financial intelligence, and the right mindset. Hard work may be a virtue, but financial success requires more than just sweat. Ever pondered who really controls the economy? It's a question that's been on many a mind, and the answer might surprise you. It's not strictly the government, though they do have a significant role. A government can implement policies and regulations, but they are not the sole puppet masters of the economy. So, if not the government, then who? Well, the economy is controlled by a few key players, a mix of organizations and individuals. Among these are central banks, like the Federal Reserve in the United States or the Bank of England in the UK. These institutions wield considerable influence over the economy by setting interest rates and controlling the money supply. But it's not just central banks. Commercial banks also hold substantial power. They decide who gets loans and who doesn't, effectively controlling who gets to start businesses, buy homes, or make significant investments. This directly influences economic growth and development. Then there are the large corporations. Their investment decisions, hiring, and pricing affect the economy on a grand scale. When a big company decides to invest in a certain area or industry, it can stimulate economic growth. Conversely, when they lay off employees or increase prices, it can have a negative impact. And let's not forget the wealthy individuals. The billionaires and millionaires with their vast resources have the ability to sway the economy. Their investment decisions can create jobs and stimulate growth, while their spending habits affect demand for goods and services. Also, international organizations like the World Bank and International Monetary Fund play pivotal roles. They provide loans and aid to countries, influencing their economic policies and development. Lastly, consumers like you and me have a role too. Our collective spending habits can drive demand, influencing production and prices. So, you see, the economy is controlled by a few, not the many. It's a complex web of influence and power that extends beyond the government. It's not just about who's in office, but also about who has the money and the power to make significant economic decisions. The economy isn't as democratic as one might think. Did you know your emotions could be draining your bank account? It might sound surprising, but it's true. Your emotional intelligence, or lack thereof, can have a significant impact on your financial decision-making. Let's start by understanding what emotional intelligence is. It's the ability to identify, use, understand, and manage your own emotions in positive ways to relieve stress, communicate effectively, empathize with others, overcome challenges, and diffuse conflict. It's about recognizing your emotional state and how it influences your thought process and behavior. So how does this tie into money management? Well, emotional intelligence is crucial in making sound financial decisions. It's the tool that helps you to resist impulsive shopping, avoid emotional spending, and handle market volatility without panic. It can restrain you from making hasty investment decisions based on fear or greed, two emotions that often lead to financial missteps. Imagine this. You're having a bad day, and you think a bit of retail therapy might help. You end up buying something expensive that you don't really need, or you're feeling euphoric about a recent windfall and decide to splurge it all without thinking about long-term financial goals. These are examples of emotional spending. Without high emotional intelligence, you can fall prey to these behaviors more often, leading to financial instability. Conversely, with strong emotional intelligence, you can recognize these emotional triggers and make more rational decisions. Investing is another area where emotional intelligence plays a vital role. The stock market can be a roller coaster ride, and it's easy to let emotions take control. Fear can cause you to sell low, while greed can entice you to buy high, both resulting in financial loss. Emotional intelligence helps you stay calm, patient, and stick to your investment strategy, irrespective of market fluctuations. In essence, emotional intelligence is the key to a balanced financial life. It enables you to navigate through your financial journey with a clear mind, free from emotional turbulence. So the next time you're about to make a financial decision, pause for a moment. Check in with your emotions. Are they driving your decisions? Money management isn't just about numbers, it's about emotions too. What if I told you, some myths are designed to keep us poor? Now that's a statement that might make you sit up and take notice. You see, there are systemic myths, deeply ingrained in our society, which inadvertently become roadblocks to wealth accumulation. Let's explore some of these myths and see how they're keeping us from achieving financial freedom. First off, there's the myth that money is the root of all evil. This belief often stems from a misinterpretation of a biblical verse, and it creates a negative association with wealth. But let's be clear, money is a tool. It's neither good nor evil. It's how you use it that matters. This myth hinders many from seeking wealth, as they fear it may corrupt them. Then there's the myth that you need to be born rich to get rich. This idea is as old as time itself, and it's simply not true. Sure, being born into wealth may provide a head start, but countless self-made millionaires have proven that with the right mindset, strategy, and a bit of grit, anyone can create wealth. Another prevalent myth is that you must work hard to get rich. Now, don't get me wrong, hard work is important, but it's not the only ingredient in the recipe for wealth. You also need smart work, financial education, and strategic investments. Working hard without these elements is like trying to fill a leaking bucket. Then there's the myth that money can't buy happiness. While it's true that money can't buy love, health, or peace, it can certainly provide a comfortable life, freedom, and opportunities for growth. This myth often makes people settle for less, inhibiting their desire to strive for wealth. Lastly, there's the myth that the government will take care of you in your old age. This belief can lead to complacency and lack of financial planning. Depending on the government for your retirement is a risky strategy, especially considering the uncertainty of the economy and increasing life expectancy. These myths, and many others, are deeply ingrained in our societal fabric, subtly influencing our financial decisions and attitudes towards wealth. By understanding these myths for what they are, mere illusions, we can begin to dismantle them, paving the way for a healthier financial future. Breaking free from these myths is the first step towards financial freedom. And remember, it's never too late to start your journey towards wealth accumulation. Ready for a game-changing shift in your financial life? Well, it all starts with a change in mindset. You see, financial success isn't just about numbers, it's about perspective. It's about altering the way we perceive money, the way we handle it, and how we make it work for us. For many, money is a source of stress and anxiety. It's seen as a necessary evil, something to be managed, but never truly mastered. But what if we could change that? What if we saw money not as a burden, but as a tool? A tool that can open doors, create opportunities, and provide security. Now, I'm not talking about becoming obsessed with wealth or developing a greed-driven mindset. Instead, I'm talking about adopting a growth mindset towards finance. A mindset that encourages learning, exploration, and a willingness to take calculated risks. It's about understanding that financial success is not a destination, but a journey of continuous growth and learning. And this shift in mindset doesn't happen overnight. It requires time, patience, and most importantly, perseverance. It requires us to question our existing beliefs about money, to challenge the status quo, and to dare to dream bigger. So how do we go about making this shift? Well, it begins with education. Educate yourself about money and how it works. Learn about investments, about interest rates and inflation, about stocks and bonds. Don't shy away from terms and concepts that seem complex. Embrace them, understand them, and use them to your advantage. Next, cultivate a positive attitude towards money. See it as a means to an end, not the end itself. Recognize that money is not inherently good or bad. It's how we use it that matters. Finally, practice gratitude. Be grateful for what you have while striving for more. Gratitude keeps us grounded, reminds us of our progress, and motivates us to keep going. So, are you ready to make that shift? Are you ready to change the way you think about money and in doing so, change your financial future? Remember, it's not just about the money you have in your bank account, it's about the mindset you carry in your head. Change your mindset, change your financial future. Did you know financial failure has its own benefits? Indeed, it might sound counterintuitive, but financial failure can actually be a stepping stone to success. It's all about perspective. When we stumble, we gain the opportunity to learn, adapt, and grow stronger. Imagine you've invested in a business venture that didn't pan out. You've lost money, and it's easy to view this as a setback. But let's flip the script. This failure is now a valuable lesson, a masterclass in what not to do next time. It's a map of pitfalls to steer clear of, providing you with insights that can guide you to more promising opportunities. Financial failure also cultivates resilience. It's tough to pick yourself up after a financial fall, but doing so can forge a determination that's vital in the world of finance. Those who've never tasted failure often lack this resilience, and when they do inevitably face a setback, they may not be equipped to handle it. Moreover, failure encourages innovation. Faced with a financial hiccup, you're compelled to think outside the box, to come up with innovative solutions. It's no coincidence that many successful entrepreneurs are no strangers to failure. They've had to reinvent themselves, their strategies, and their businesses, leading them down paths they might not have explored otherwise. And let's not forget about humility. Financial failure is humbling. It reminds us that we're not invincible, that every decision carries risk. This humility can ground us, make us more cautious and thoughtful in our future financial choices. So, the next time you find yourself nursing a financial wound, remember it's not the end of the world, it's an opportunity. Use this experience to learn, to grow, to innovate. And remember, it's okay to fail, it's okay to take risks and make mistakes. In fact, it's necessary. It's these experiences that shape us, that turn us into savvy, resilient financial navigators. Remember, failure isn't the opposite of success, it's part of it. Ever considered how your environment impacts your wealth potential? It's a thought-provoking question, isn't it? Well, the truth is, your environment plays a significant role in shaping your wealth potential. Consider this. You're a product of your environment, molded by the people you interact with, the places you frequent, and the culture you're immersed in. All these elements subtly influence your mindset, your habits, and ultimately, your financial decisions. Let's start with the people around you. If you're constantly surrounded by individuals who are financially literate, who understand the value of money, and who make smart financial decisions, guess what? You're likely to pick up on these habits. You'll absorb their knowledge, adopt their mindset, and before you know it, you'll start to see your wealth grow. On the flip side, if you find yourself in an environment where money matters are taboo, where financial illiteracy is the norm, and where reckless spending is celebrated, your wealth potential could be severely hindered. It's not a judgment on the people or the culture, but a simple statement of how our surroundings can influence our financial trajectory. Consider also the culture and societal norms you're exposed to. In cultures that value saving and investing, individuals tend to have higher wealth potential. They're taught from a young age about the importance of financial planning, which lays a strong foundation for wealth accumulation in the future. Now, this doesn't mean you're doomed if you're currently in a less than ideal environment. Remember, knowledge is power. By understanding the impact your environment has on your wealth potential, you can take steps to change it. Start surrounding yourself with people who inspire you financially. Seek out cultures that value financial literacy. Create an environment that fosters wealth accumulation. In conclusion, never underestimate the power of your environment in shaping your wealth potential. It's not just about how much you earn or how hard you work, it's about the people you surround yourself with, the culture you immerse yourself in, and the financial habits you cultivate. Your environment could be the key to unlocking your wealth potential. Do you think banks are the safest place for your money? This is a question that has echoed through the ages. We've been raised to believe that the bank is the ultimate sanctuary for our hard-earned cash. But have you ever stopped to question this belief? Banks are businesses. Their primary goal is to generate profit, and they do that by using your money. When you deposit your money in a bank, they lend it out to others at a higher interest rate. Meanwhile, you're given a minuscule percentage in return. The difference, well, that's their profit. What's interesting is that the risk is all yours. If the borrower defaults, the bank still has your deposit, and you bear the losses. This system, known as fractional reserve banking, is the backbone of our financial world. However, it's not the only way to safeguard or grow your money. Consider other investment options. Real estate, for example. While it may seem daunting, it's a proven wealth builder over time. You might also think about the stock market. Yes, it's volatile, and yes, it requires knowledge and research, but it has the potential to yield higher returns than a bank ever could. Ever heard of peer-to-peer lending? It's a method where you can lend your money to individuals or small businesses in need, and in return, you receive interest payments. It's like becoming a bank yourself, but with potentially higher returns. Or how about starting your own business? It's a path that requires effort and risk, but it also offers the potential for significant financial reward. The point is, banks are not the only places where your money can grow. It's about understanding the alternatives, weighing the risks, and making informed decisions. Remember, it's your money, and you should be the one who decides where it goes and how it grows. So, let's rethink this age-old belief. Banks aren't the only safe havens for your money. They are a tool, one of many, that you can use to build your wealth. Are you aware of the price tag on every financial decision? Whenever we make a financial decision, it's like we're stepping into a store. Every product, every service, every investment has a price tag, and it's not just about the money. Each decision carries a unique blend of potential benefits and risks that can significantly influence our financial future. Think of it like this. When you decide to buy a new car, you're not just paying for the vehicle itself. You're also committing to maintenance costs, insurance premiums, and potential depreciation. That's the real price of your decision. Let's consider another scenario. You decide to invest in a startup. It's a risky move, but the potential return on investment is attractive. The real cost here isn't just the money you're putting in, but the risk you're taking on, the time you're dedicating to understanding the business, and the opportunity cost of not investing elsewhere. Now, don't misunderstand. This isn't about discouraging you from making financial decisions. Quite the opposite, actually. It's about understanding the full implications of your choices. It's about being informed, being prepared, and making decisions that align with your financial goals and risk tolerance. It's also about recognizing that every financial decision is an opportunity to learn. Even when things don't go as planned, there's always a lesson to be gleaned. Each decision, each consequence is another step towards financial literacy and empowerment. Remember, no decision is without its cost. Whether it's time, effort, money, or missed opportunities, there's always a price to pay. But with careful consideration and informed decision-making, you can ensure that the price you pay is a worthwhile investment in your financial future. The next time you find yourself faced with a financial decision, take a moment. Consider the full price tag. Weigh the potential benefits against the risks. Ask yourself, is this a price I'm willing to pay? Every financial decision is an investment with its own return. Ever wondered how to make every dollar and moment work for you? It's not just about stashing your money in a savings account or working endless hours in the office. It's about maximizing the value of every dollar earned and every moment spent. Let's talk about money first. Every dollar you earn is a soldier in your financial army. And do you know what a good general does? They make sure every soldier is fighting for them. In financial terms, this means your money should be invested wisely, where it can earn more money for you. An idle dollar is a wasted opportunity. It could be invested in stocks, bonds, real estate, or even in your own education. The goal is to ensure that every dollar is working for you, not sitting idle. Now let's move on to time. Time is the one asset that we can't earn more of. Once a moment is gone, it's gone forever. That's why it's crucial to make every moment count. And no, that doesn't mean working every waking second. It means using your time in a way that adds value to your life. That could be working on a project you're passionate about, learning a new skill, or spending time with loved ones. It's about finding a balance between work and play, between earning money and enjoying life. The key to making every dollar and moment work for you is intentionality. Be intentional with how you spend your money and your time. Make conscious decisions about where your money goes and how your time is spent. Don't just let things happen, make them happen. And remember, it's not about how much money you make, but how you make your money work for you. It's also not about how much time you have, but how you use your time. If you're spending hours on end in a job you hate, that's not making your time work for you. But if you're using your time to pursue your passions, to learn and grow, to build relationships and create memories, then you're truly making every moment count. The journey to financial freedom and a fulfilled life is not a sprint. It's a marathon. It requires patience, discipline, and a clear vision of what you want. So as you move forward, remember to make every dollar count and every moment matter. Your time and money are precious assets. Make them work for you. So, what have we learned today? We've journeyed through some of the less explored avenues of financial wisdom. We've debunked the illusion that hard work alone is the key to wealth and exposed the reality that those who control the economy are often those who understand it the least. We've explored the role of emotional intelligence in money management, recognizing that our financial decisions are often driven more by our feelings than by the cold, hard facts. We've also delved into the systemic myths that have been designed, consciously or not, to keep us in the dark and keep us poor. We've acknowledged the need for a game-changing shift in our thinking. We've realized that we have to be proactive, to take control of our financial futures rather than letting them be dictated by external forces. We've also seen the hidden benefits of financial failure, understanding that every setback is an opportunity to learn and grow. We've considered how our environment shapes our wealth potential, realizing that the people we surround ourselves with and the attitudes we adopt can have a profound impact on our financial health. We've debunked the bank myth, recognizing that banks are not always our allies in the quest for financial security. We've accepted that every financial decision has its price, and that we need to be mindful of the trade-offs we're making. And finally, we've explored how to make every dollar and every moment work for us, because at the end of the day, time is our most valuable asset. These truths are not always comfortable to face. They challenge our preconceptions. They force us to confront our fears and insecurities, and they demand that we take responsibility for our financial destinies. But armed with these truths, we are better equipped to navigate the financial landscape, to make informed decisions, and to build a secure and prosperous future. So, as we wrap up this journey, let's not forget the value of the insights we've gained. Let's use them as stepping stones on our path to financial freedom, as guides to help us avoid the pitfalls and seize the opportunities that lie ahead. And let's remember that this journey is not a sprint, but a marathon. It's not about reaching a specific destination, but about learning, growing, and evolving along the way. Remember, financial freedom isn't a destination, it's a journey, and that journey begins with understanding these financial truths.